So, so let me recapitulate what I have done. Okay. So we have looked at change in national income on account of international trade. Okay. And how distribution of income within the economy is changing. We have seen it through Stolper-Samuelson theorem. Okay. We have looked at 2 by 2 by 2 economy. Okay. In the Haxo-Owing theory, we have taken two countries, home and foreign, producing two goods, growth and food, using two factors of production, capital and labor. Okay. In the Stolper-Samuelson theorem, okay, under free trade, or you can say unrestricted trade, okay, what we have seen is that when international trade is taking place, okay, what is happening? It is benefiting abundant factor, and the scarce factor, in the case of home, scarce factor is capital, okay, is getting hurt, or you can say losing, because free trade, okay, it is a scarce factor that is earning more, okay, in relative sense, okay, but when trade takes place, okay, and you don't have any restriction, we see that it is the abundant factor that is gaining, okay. Then Stolper-Samuelson theorem, okay, we have looked at the case where they have looked at imposition of tariff case, okay. So when tariff is imposed and international trade is taking place, Stolper and Samuelson has found the result completely opposite of free trade, okay. What reason they have found? They have found that, okay, when home country is imposing tariff, domestic price of food, because food is importing, home country is importing food, so when they place the tariff, domestic price of food rises vis-a-vis price of cloth. When domestic price of food rises vis-a-vis cloth, okay, producers in the domestic economy will divert resource in the production of food. So what will happen? Quantity of food production increases and quantity of cloth will decrease. The reason that quantity of food production increases and cloth decreases is that we are assuming that there is a full employment of resource. Okay. So the moment you decide to produce more food, you have to reduce production of cloth. Okay. That means there is more demand for capital relative to labor. Okay. Demand for capital increases, so your rent wage ratio increases. So the return to scarce factor increases. Okay. With the imposition of tariff, return to scarce factor, or you can say real return to scarce factor increases. That means your scarce factor, that is capital in the home country, is benefiting with the imposition of tariff. Okay. With the imposition of tariff, our scarce factor is benefiting. Okay. And this real return, okay, increases in absolute sense also, as well as relative sense, or you can say relative terms. Okay. So real return to scarce factor increases. Who is getting hurt? It is the abundant factor that is losing. Abundant factor get hurt. Okay. So here in case of free trade, when we look at net social welfare, here abundant factor is gaining, so we are having positive net social welfare. But here what is happening with the imposition of tariff? It is the scarce factor that is start to get benefit. Okay, so we will be having inequality of income, or you can say inequality of income distribution with the imposition of tariff. Okay, now this has been discarded by Meissner. Okay, and that is why it is known as Meissner paradox. So Meissner has written a paper in 1949, Tariff, Terms of Trade and Distribution of Income, 1949. Okay, and he said that what Stolper and Samuelson is saying is that only domestic price is changing. Okay, domestic price of food is rising, but when tariff is imposed, as I have shown it here, okay, terms of trade improve. Okay, terms of trade improve. What is terms of trade by definition? It is price of export over price of import. So what home country is exporting? Home country is exporting cloth and importing food. So PC by PF increases. Okay, but in the domestic economy, okay, diversification of resource in the production of food will take place only when PF by PC will increase. But that is not happening. You cannot have two price prevailing. You will have only one price prevailing. This is the price that will prevail in the economy. So what Stoneper-Samuelson is saying, that it is going to affect your domestic unit price and not terms of trade, is not correct. Okay, it's not correct. And we have seen that, okay, if the offer cup of the foreign country is inelastic, or you can say bands, okay, so what will happen when home country imposes tariff, okay, import tariff, so it will depress the one price of imported goods, okay, it will depress the one price of imported goods. So what will happen? Price of food relative to price of clothes will come down. Okay, and I have shown that wage enter ratio with tariff, okay, in the home country will be more than wage enter ratio with free trade. That means abundant factor will gain with tariff, okay, and the scarce factor will lose. So imposition of tariff, okay, is not going to hurt your abundant factor. Okay, I am repeating again. Imposition of tariff is not going to hurt your abundant factor. Okay, your conclusion remains the same. Okay, what you have in case of free trade. Okay, this supposition that only domestic relative price seen, not home, when we look at Meissner paradox. Okay, and there are some more criticism that we have looked at. Okay, you can go through that. It neglect the consumption pattern. Okay, if it is more toward labor intensive goods, then imposition of tariff not going to change your terms of trade, or you can say relative price in the economy. Okay. Also, if you remember, when we are doing Stoneper-Samuelson theorem with free trade, we have taken certain restrictive assumption. Okay, constant to scale perfect competition. If we have two goods, then we need to have two factor of production in order for theorem to hold. Okay, and given other assumption of HO theorem. Okay, so just go through it. Okay, and frame your answer. And use the Edgeworth-Box diagram when they have asked about this thing. And for this one, Meissner paradox, you can use the offer cup. Okay.